What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great day. It has been a long day for me. It is windy and nippy as hell out there, but hope you're all staying warm. I hope you're having a good one. Appreciate you all taking the time, hitting the like button, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. But we're here tonight live to talk some birds. That's right. And I actually had something together. I now have two shows sitting in the chamber. So I have another updated cap space. And we just talked about it yesterday, and it honestly only moved like $500,000. So we'll see tomorrow if I can get some more update and then make it a little more worth it. But I will update you as soon as I get all these numbers, because I know you guys don't want to wait until you get the actual number. You want to see it every single time someone gets a cap hit. So I'm going to continue doing that. And I've got the ways to create cap space, all that stuff. But as I always tell you, any kind of signings, anything like that, you're always going to get a video breakdown for it. So whether it is a starter, whether it's a practice squad, whether it's off-season guys, it does not matter. We're always going to break it down. So let's break it down here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And again, thank you for taking the time. Love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to breeze through this information, and then love to hear your thoughts on the moves. Yo, Tiffany, let's go. And this all season just began, so we're going to see lots of cooking coming our way. And yeah, spring, sure, liars. But yeah, definitely still nippy out there. But happy Wednesday to you, Liz. Appreciate you tuning in. And CJ, my man, appreciate you taking the time. Let's go Birds. But let's jump right into this. The Eagles make a signing, and we talk about the cornerback position. I actually like a lot of our corners, and I know a lot of people, and literally the comments, you got to cut everyone, get rid of them all, blah, 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 this, that. We got to go in the first round. You got to trade for this guy. I understand, a lot of people upset, but I think, this defense just sucked as a whole last year. So you need to understand that a lot of these guys, I think, will play a lot better. And looking at Slay, getting Isaiah Rodgers back from suspension, we'll see what he can do in Eagles Green. Cannot wait to see it. We'll see what happens with James Bradbury, Zach McPherson coming back from injury. Got guys like Eli Ricks, Kaylee Ringo, and, Mario Goodrich, Mekhi Gardner, Josh Jobe, all kinds of back-end guys. So I'll show you that depth chart here in a second. But you have to bring in depth, and that is exactly what the Eagles did here. So not starting caliber. I've already seen the comments, this isn't this guy. Look, we have to have depth pieces as well. And that is what the Eagles just did. Now, this guy, he is a nickel cornerback, but he can play outside. He can play a little safety. He is a defensive back, and he is somebody that can help us in the special teams unit. And also, when I say that, I mean as a return man, kick returner, not a punt returner. And you guys know the difference, those of you that watch this show. So let's take a look at Tyler Hall. Last year, he had 3 starts with the Raiders, 11 games played, and you can see 86.7 completion percentage allowed, not so great. 7.5 yards per reception isn't horrible, but very limited as to what you see here. And I think he's had 31 total games with 6 starts over his career. And, no big stats, anything like that. And again, I know a lot of people want to see those stats, but this kid, he's 5'10", 190, only 25 years old, going to be his 5th season. He was undrafted out of Wyoming back in 2020 by the Falcons, then went to the Rams. Now, most recently with the Raiders the last couple of years. And as I just mentioned there, got a couple of starts. And he's somebody that provides you some of that depth behind Zach McPherson. It's competition, right? And you need guys like that. What did we talk about in this free agency period? If you want corners, look to add nickel corners. And, you got CJ Gardner-Johnson. Look, he's a safety that's going to help us. And he is, I call him a Swiss Army knife. You can use him in a plethora of ways, and that will happen. But you also have to have nickel corners. And I think that Zach McPherson looked great last year, but obviously an injury that's concerning. So they will add to this position. Now, this kid back in college, if I remember correctly, I think he had 25 passes deflected, 4 forced fumbles, 4 interception. He had a pick 6 for a touchdown. His return average, I think, was 31.7 yards per kickoff return, and he had 2 kickoff return touchdowns. I do believe I'm remembering that correctly. But look, this kid, he provides, in areas that we've talked about. You need depth. And I know this isn't a household name and this isn't a starting guy, this, that, the other thing, but this is what you need in the offseason. we're around like 76 players now. You still have to add like 14 more guys. And some of these guys will be gone that you're seeing now because you're going to draft guys, you're going to sign undrafted guys. All kinds of stuff is going to go into account. Kelsey and Cox, they'll come off the books, all that stuff. Well, not off the books, but they won't be on the roster per se. So, I think that, this team, they're building something special here, and they're adding starting caliber guys. They're adding depth pieces, and that's what we've seen so far. So let's take a look at what he looks like now, adding him into the depth chart. So we'll look at the defense here, and anybody in green, a free agent signing or a trade, as you'll see on offense, but anyone in gray, a reserve, a future guy. So at the corner position, you can see, I put Rodgers in front of Bradbury. Obviously, he started all of his career outside. Now, he can dabble inside. Isaiah Rodgers' size makes it seem like he should play nickel. A lot of casual fans are saying he has to play in there, but what they don't realize is he was playing at such a high level outside that he can play both. So I think, he could definitely take the job from Bradbury. We'll see what happens with Bradbury, but the nickel corner position is, very important here. And I think, Zach McPherson, very hopeful, and Rick's dabbled a little bit there last year. Don't really want to see Ringo there. Maybe you move Rodgers inside and Ringo's starting. A lot of things could happen, but you see Tyler Hall there behind McPherson. You see guys like Garner and Goodrich. So there is competition there. We're going to continue adding, safety corner everywhere, man. And, some of these linebackers you talk about, versatility in the name of the game. Some of these guys can help as off-ball and edge guys like Bond, Burks a little bit. You have Brandon Smith, Terrell Lewis, clearly Nolan Smith. So I think that, versatile pieces in Vic Fangio's defense, that is the name of the game. And that is what Tyler Hall brings to the table. So it's not like he's a lock to make the roster or anything. He's here to compete. And, 25 years old, best of luck to the young man. And I also added him here, as somebody that can help, push. And we talked about it. We'll add players throughout the offseason. We finally got someone. I took out Kenny Gainwell. Yeah, I put like emergency guys, Devontae Smith there. But Tyler Hall, he can help you there. Covey can help you there. Rodgers, if he's starting, I don't know if you use him as a kick returner, but they're trying to make some rules that allow maybe for some more returns. Don't know if that goes down this year, but either way, you've got a guy that will compete there, and they will add more players that can help compete there. And I'll show you the offense just in case you're wondering, but that gets me pretty damn excited seeing Saquon Barkley in there. It's still so damn surreal that he is a Philadelphia Eagle, and it makes me want to run through an effing wall. So, yeah. Now, I actually have like 3 shows in the chamber, to be honest, because I wanted to do the recap, and I told you I wanted to see like what we added. So technically today is 1 week, or yesterday. So you've hit the 1 week mark. So wanted to do a recap of what went down the first week. Now we can add Tyler Hall into there, but all the graphics, all the stuff, just showing you everything you need to know about all these players, keeping you up to date just in case you miss any of this stuff. But that's all the information I have for you. If you have any questions, comments, let me hear them. But I'm going to jump back on over here, check out these comments. And yeah, man, I love the offseason. Always, a patient guy that enjoys, the months that it takes. And I know a lot of fans, they think you got to draft and sign everyone on one day. And that'd be cool if it was like Madden, but unfortunately, it's a business and it's a process. And I love, going throughout this whole process. It makes life insane, but I'm all about it, man. So I'm always ready for it. And I'm always come on, Howie, just wait till I get off work and then I can make a video for it. So luckily, didn't do anything. I was able to be here I actually got home in time. It was a little later than when it happened, but I'm just saying, like, it didn't happen early in the day. So that was nice. But go Birds. Appreciate you tuning in. And yes, we sure do. And I keep hearing about how we desperately need him, but I don't really feel that way. And yes, indeed, that starting experience playing, 6 starts and 31 games. We talk about, helping on special teams, providing depth. It's the name of the game here. So he has a chance to compete. Best of luck to him. These kind of signings, everybody gets all upset. Yeah, that's because they have no idea what they're talking about. And it's really weird to see every single year because it's like, do you not watch the offseason? There's 90 guys. They all compete. And that's just kind of how it goes. And, you're talking about an undrafted kid, right? Who obviously isn't going to cost you anything. It's really not going to affect the cap at all. So these are the things, you keep in mind that that's why you add death pieces. That's why, and fans get so upset. They want every all pro, and I wish it were like that, man. I really do. But in the real world, that's just not the way it works. So that's why we break them down every single move, and people get upset about them. And it's like, that's really weird, man. I'd rather just talk about it. Should have signed Maddox and said, no, we got rid of Maddox. He had a huge contract there. You know, if he can go get that money, I think that he will, happily sign somewhere. But if not, we could take him back at a lower cost. So shocked if we take a DB. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see if anybody drops. So yeah, well, the big difference is, you've got it would show you have more faith in what you have here. And, obviously with that contract, you had to move on. Yo, Joey, appreciate you taking the time, my man. So I'm all about it. And look, man, Songs of Birds, a good signing if you watch film. Well, it's a decent signing because it's a death signing. You don't have to watch film to know that. But what did you see on film that stuck out so much to you? Wasn't aware. We have a film watcher. So what did you break down on film that you saw there? Songs, Samus, Bird, Sammy. Love to see you guys sharing that love. And yeah, we can definitely go line. You know that always. You see that we're trying to sign a rule for no tackling. Yeah, the hip drop thing. Yeah, OT. Yeah, you always want versatility, man. That is clearly what we do all the time when we draft players. So obviously the trenches are something the Eagles always look to. Offense, defense, you never know what's coming your way, but it'll always be hilarious. You'll hear each week someone will tell you which player the Eagles have to draft. You'll hear the media, I know who they're drafted. They're going here. They have to do this. They don't ever do this. And that's how I'm able to get 5 years in a row of who they're drafted while they're all talking about the wrong people. It's like, hey, man, if you think every year is the same and everything has to go the way it's gone before, you think people don't learn? No doubt, baby. But the trenches is always something that you can rely on when it comes to Howie Roseman. Shocked if Howie stays put. Yeah, man. And that's, something we've talked about this offseason. Trading back, trading forward, always possibilities with Howie Roseman. It just, you got to see how the draft shakes out. He is always there with the phone in hand, ready to make moves. If someone's fallen, they like someone, they'll move up. They think that there is a plethora of guys they like from 22 to 26, and they want to move back a few spots. They feel they can move all the way back to 36, move out of the first round, acquire a couple seconds, a third, whatever it may be. Do not think that this team is not always looking to improve. And we've got high quality talent right now on this team. And I know how last season ended, and I know how people, oh, we're doomed. We're rebuilding. No, dude, we already have a foundation here, and we're just going to go ahead and continue building around it because, yeah, coaches messed up. Yeah, the players didn't execute a lot. Yeah, a lot of bad things happened last year. But guess what? That's last year. We're on to this year, and anybody can stay in bitch mode back there like Cowboys fans, but we diehards, you sickos, I know you're riding with me. And I told you from the get, they will all be on board because we've got the cap space, we've got the draft picks, and Howie's about to turn this thing around. The players are pissed. We're about to go out and smoke everyone. Let's go get that trophy back, baby. That's how I'm feeling. I don't know if you guys are feeling it yet, but look, man, I think people are starting to get it with the Saquon, the CJ Gardner-Johnson, I'm telling you, we had so much cap space, and everyone wants to listen. They want to take it once they see it, but I'm telling you, I do this stuff months in advance so that way you know what's going on. That way you're prepared. We can sign all these people. Dude, we still have around $30 million. And as I told you, I'll keep updating it, and I'll keep showing you how I do it. But we also have ways to create even more. So if we want to make a big trade, sign anybody, we can still do that. Now, Justin Simmons is asking for a lot of money. So they're trying to work things out with him, but we'll see how things go there. Now, there are a lot of options we've talked about. You could try to get Kyle Duggar. You could trade for people. I mean, there's so much. So stay patient here, man. You've got months to go. And, a lot of times you'll draft and then you make even more moves. Remember when we first got CJ Gardner-Johnson? That was after the draft. And, a lot of people, we don't have safety. And then we got that safety. So, hey, just stay patient throughout this time. A lot of moves will be coming your way. What was more crazy? Is the Giants fans mad at Saquon Saturday? You didn't give me another option. So I did not see that I was working today, but people are always whining. That's why I don't watch the TV shows or watch the radio stations or get in the chats of that stuff, because it's just not for me, man. I like the football stuff. That was awesome. That video, her singing the fight song, got me. I was dying. I took a short clip of that. It took hours for it to post. I don't know why, but that when she said about are we gonna finally start winning, I was laughing my ass off so hard. It was truly, truly beautiful. And yeah, we're stacking up here, man, and we're gonna continue building here. And he's a decent depth piece, man. He brings you depth at nickel. He's somebody that has a few starts under his belt, but somebody that really can help you in the special teams area and has that versatility you're looking for. But he's going to have to fight for a roster spot. This is not a guy that, is your starting caliber guy. But as we talked about, we don't need corners like the media is tricking people into thinking. Like, I love that we have Isaiah Rodgers. I am excited about Slay, whether it's Ringo, whether Zach McPherson continues to develop and get better, whoever it may be, man. I think that, I'm more excited than most. I like Ringo and Ricks, and I think there's a good depth there. Now, I still think that they'll probably try to add some pieces, but I don't think it's as dire as I'm seeing the media get people twisted up with. But to each their own, man. So I'm talking about, appreciate you taking the time, Seamus, and that's all I've got for you tonight. But if you guys have any further questions, any thoughts, anything like that, Marshawn Lattimore, no doubt, man. Really like the safety from Indy, Julian Blackman. Yeah, we talked about him, the top fits. And I'm all about, continuing to add there. And you guys can go back to that safety show. There's still a lot of those guys available that I'd be all for. And as I told you, next week we'll recap who is still available. I'll give you a top 200 free agents that are still out there. So do not fear. And if you want to see, just the other day, there was one. I'm sure there's obviously some people, off those lists now, but plethora of information out there for you guys. If you are fiending for anything, and I've got playlists, so if you are looking for roster stuff, cap stuff, whatever it may be, there is something for it, free agency stuff. So, yeah. I'm happy she's an Eagles fan now. I know that they definitely that story you told at the beginning about us crushing them. I love it. I truly, truly do. I don't know, man. It definitely could be. I think that we'll continue, trying to get younger and continue building this thing. And we've already kind of done that. And you'll do that every year. And that's what I was saying earlier. I think you will add. I just don't think that it's like this dire. I keep seeing like the top positions of need in the cornerback is probably one of the least for me. But that doesn't mean you can't add. I just think that we're pretty stacked. The same with interior defensive line. And I mentioned that the other day. I would add a nose tackle. Boom, you get PJ Mustafa, and that's exactly what he is. And we talked about him yesterday. So another thing we talked about, get a nickel corner, guy with some return capability. You're getting those things. So you're going to hear people complain about that stuff. Oh, he's not a starter, this, that. And it's like, well, dude, you got to have depth too. You got to have people competing. You never know when you find a diamond in the rough. This guy isn't going to cost you anything. So it's just, those are the moves you make, in this offseason. But Slay, we'll see how he looks, but he's got a lot of young guys on his tail there. So, and yeah, that's what you talk about. There's upside there. A former undrafted kid, he's got that chip on his shoulder, plays with the toughness. And I do like the kid, but he needs coached up. He needs a lot of work as a corner. But the great thing is what I mentioned, and what do I talk about all the time, especially now that we have, this defense, the last 4 years, a multiple scheme. You got to have versatile pieces, defensive backs that can play multiple positions. And thank God, with all the damn injuries we've had, that these kids are able to do that. Now, it stunts their development in certain spots, you feel, but sometimes it's helpful. And, you learn in the fire, going to, it's take it with what you will. But I think that, adding guys like this, it's no brainer. He's got starting experience for a reason. Yes, he's had struggles. Yes. I mean, he is not going to, when you look at stats up, he's not going to jump off the page at you if you're a stat watcher. But if you actually understand the game and what he brings to the table, it makes sense. And I thought somebody said they were watching film and they had some stuff on him, but I did not see if I missed what they had to say there. But that's what I had on him. But I'm not like familiar too much with his game. I'm not sure if somebody watched some highlights and was pumped about him, but yeah, I was seeing if that person had anything, but I don't know where they went. So let's just look this up because I honestly, I don't know enough about him, but let's talk about a few years ago, right? Let's go to his draft profile, player bio, blah, blah. You guys saw his bio. There's no, okay. Despite playing outside quarterback in 2 of his last 3 years as a starter, all clearly be viewed as a slot due to his lack of height and length. He struggles with recovery burst when asked to flip his hips and run, but does flash a twitchy downhill trigger when allowed to keep throws in front of him. He gets lost with his back to the ball and will struggle to phase and shadow NFL route runners. He lacks strength and toughness and run support, but his kick return talent is a plus in his favor. So that's a few years ago. Again, that's why these kids are undrafted. They need work, but you never know. In the right system with the right coaching, anything can work out. This is, look, low cost. It could be high reward. You never know, man. So don't let those people get worked up out there. It's ridiculous how much they do. But it's like talking about now we're going to attack or whatever. He said, you turned me off. So. Not wanting. I don't think he ever said that. I know a lot of fans were offended that like he missed some tackles or something, but our fans are really like bitchy like a lot of the time throughout the season and always attacking our players. Like the new sect of fans has become Cowboys fans, and I don't know what happened, but I like that he was good last year, and I want him to continue to be good. I want to cheer my Eagles on. That's what I do here at this channel. I know that doesn't go with most channels, but that's fine, man. If they want to root only when we're winning, cool, man. I'm a sicko. I love my Birds. Win, lose, or tie, baby. It's bleed green until I die. Yo, let's go. I, for one, am internationally. You're internationally what? What's that? I, for one, am internationally. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Las Vegas Raiders Network, aka Football Scout, did a film breakdown on him, no doubt. Yeah, and I'll be watching my film and doing all that great stuff, but I always try to give you these shows just to let you know if I know about them, I don't know about them. You guys get your quick break, and as I tell you, if anybody knows anything about them, let me hear it. And thought we had somebody, but I don't know where they went. So I'm extremely grateful for all you do. No worry. Hey, I appreciate that. And maybe it cut you off there. I'm not sure what happened, but I know that happens to me. So I'm assuming that's what happened to you, MDB. But I appreciate you. And look, I do my best. And I tell you, look, on the weekdays, I'm really busy. A lot of times at night now, I've been trying to learn, like, doing these leads and giving estimates. Like, my days are insane. My nights are insane. My life is insane. And of course, it's sicko season. I'm like, damn it. And I just want to get this stuff to you. And I'm like behind the scenes working on the draft stuff. My God, I need to form a team here because it's starting to get insane for me. But look, I'm all about giving you guys all the information I can, what I know, what I can give you with what I have. So you always get the updated depth chart, their bio stats, good stuff like that. And then I will recap this whole free agency. You'll get, in case you missed. But as I've said, go to the playlist. There are every single roster move. There are videos for everything. So hope you're enjoying all of the content. Appreciate you again, MDB. And that's what I'm all about, my friend. Created this bad boy right on my deathbed. So just how I am. Spreading that negative talk about, say, look, man, and I don't even know who that is. People bring him up. I know there's a lot. Most content creators are very, very negative when we're not winning. And that's okay, man, if that's their style. I grew up differently. We were bad. We were real bad. And it was weird to me as a kid. Like, why are we so dedicated to something? And as you get older, you understand it, man, the camaraderie, the family, and it just meant more to me. And then when I became a teenager, we started actually being good, and it was different, it was nice, but you started to get some new fans then in school and stuff. You'd see kids wearing Eagles stuff. You're like, what the, why did you become an Eagles fan? But that started happening. And then, as I got older, obviously when we finally won, you see there's even more now. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just not for me. I'm a diehard. I just love my Eagles. I don't understand it. But if you guys, you like those other content creators, and I know a lot of them, they love to go after all of our players, trash talk them, tag them, tell them how much they hate them and stuff. But that's just weird stuff for me. I like, treating them like human beings, and I enjoy watching football, man. So I like breaking it down with you guys, talking about the cap, the draft, all that. That's just, that's for me. Arguing with Cowboys fans, hating on my team. That's just, I leave that to everybody else, and hey, man, and I appreciate that they do. And I know that they all get the cap stuff here, and I know they're always looking for who we're going to draft, but I appreciate those ones that actually, thank me for it and shout me out. So a big shout out to them. The rest of you, hope you enjoy all the free content. About not wanting to, he's got a couple years left. Oh, yeah, the joke thing that he tried to make something out of. Yeah, I do remember the media taking that. But people are nuts, man. They will do anything they can to trash the Eagles. Man, I appreciate you. And Dog, I never heard of a content creators or anything like that before. I created this on my deathbed. I was making Facebook Live videos. You guys convinced me to start a YouTube, and then COVID happened, and then everybody started making channels, and everybody started doing what I was doing and trying to interview players, and it just seemed like follow the leader. So, hey, man, that's cool, but they just seem to lack that one thing that I bring, and I'm okay with that. So let them keep hating. I'll keep educating. And hey, Nina, thank you for all the love, all the sharing. You have been really getting out there, spreading the word. And each of you that do that, you don't know how much that means. Like all of your followers then see, like, hey, wait a second, is that where the cap stuff's coming from? Like that helps when you guys share this stuff. You like it, you're commenting, all that stuff truly does help. So I can't thank you enough, Nina, letting people know where this cap information comes from, because you see it out there. They happily take it. But look, I'm going to keep doing my best to keep you guys up to date with everything, but that's all I've got for you tonight. All the slay. Oh, yeah, man. I don't get all the hate for Jalen Hurts or AJ Brown, but once you start winning, then they're all fans. So, look, I have a lot of people that hate me because of Jalen Hurts, and all I was trying to do is help them understand football. And I think they see now what I was trying to tell them, but it is what it is. Hey, appreciate that, man, and I'll keep doing my best. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude, man. He's still playing at a high level, and we need somebody that, is going to be a veteran leader to these guys. So we'll see. No, but it will be. That is one of the ones I'm working on. I have all my sayings. Run the damn ball. I'm working on like 17 different effing shirt designs. I was like, oh, but I wanted to make this one. I've shown you guys a few of them, but I'm trying, man. I'm a one-man army here for all this stuff, like the graphics, the producing, the shows, the 7,000, and now you guys wanted shirts and working like 2 jobs on top, so it's like 3 jobs with a family, and I try to have life. But thank you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. You guys ever have any questions, anything like that? Oh yeah, man. And I want to make one with the picture of me and Howie too, but I want to make it look cool. Like I don't want to just put a picture of me and Howie so you guys can walk around with it. Like that's weird. But yeah, that's definitely going to be one of them, man. And I just I want to make them cool, and I don't want to get in trouble too. So it's been risky there, but figuring it out, my man. And you guys will definitely see as I post them. I want you guys to see them because they're always on sale for the first 3 days. But you have a blessed night, as well, my man. And all of you, I cannot thank you enough. I'm sorry. I try to bring the energy here. These days been kicking my ass, getting up at 5. I'm running on fumes here, but I love you, each and every one of you, and I can't thank you enough. If you're watching this later, you have any thoughts, questions, please feel free to ask down below. Once again, Jimmy, I just want you to know, hey, look, I can't thank you guys enough for all the kind words and just showing up, and you guys sharing this stuff, retweeting it, whatever you're doing. I really like it helps, and all these people are stopping in now, and hey, just found your channel because of this, that. I can't thank you guys enough, seriously. The love and support has been awesome. The channel is growing. People are getting educated out there. We seeing the hate finally getting silenced a little bit. So let's get people on board here. About to make a run. Let's go get that damn trophy back. Each and every year, my friend, I will not only do that, but I go through every position. I go through quarterback, running back, wide receiver, all of them, every single one. And we go through, look at the guys I think are day 1, day 2, day 3. Then I talk about where I think the Eagles should focus. You see what the Eagles have at that position for that show, and we break it all down. And then we do the mock draft, and then I give you who my pick is for this year. We're going for the 6th year in a row, predicting who the Eagles take with their first selection. And we're going to be live this year again for the 2nd year in a row. I know how much you guys loved watching my reaction to Jalen Carter. That is my most watched. I made a short out of it. It has like almost 45,000 views. Insane. You guys are nuts, man. But yes, all that information will be out very soon. And glad you enjoy it, my friend. Yo, hey, man, I really appreciate that, Stu. And as long as you guys enjoy it, I'll keep pumping it out to the best of my ability, whether I'm hanging on by a thread, which I truly am here. Is it really only Wednesday? And the next 2 days are going to be insane. So if anything happens, like in the daytime, I'm really telling you right now, it's probably going to be later that I even am able to post about it, because tomorrow's going to be nuts unless it happens at lunch, like a couple times it has, weirdly enough. But Howie, if you could do me a solid and just hold off till I get home tomorrow, that'd be great. But I love you guys. I really cannot, and I appreciate you. Seriously, I cannot do this without you guys. Yeah, man, I'm pumped about a depth signing at nickel that can help as a returner. We've talked about this, so love the signing. You got to make these depth signings. So all of you sickos, indeed, Tiffany, Have yourselves a fantastic night. And look, man, I really can't thank you enough for that. Seriously. And all of your support, seriously, it means the freaking world. Like, tuning in, like some of you guys are in different countries, the stuff you say, or you send me pictures watching on your damn TV, or you're in like some like waiting room watching on your phone. Like, that's insane to me, man. Like, truly insane to me. Love it. You guys are truly awesome. And I can't thank enough. And seriously, I can't do it without you. So keep tuning in, and this bad boy is going to keep growing. We'll get better equipment. We'll keep improving this bad boy. But all of you have yourselves a great night, and we're going to get that trophy back. You heard it here first, and you're going to hear them following my footsteps here very shortly. But ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great rest of your night. We'll be back tomorrow with cap stuff. Any kind of signings happen, I'll break those down. We'll have a recap this week, ways to create cap space, Fan Friday on Friday. Lots of info coming your way this week. If you missed any of the shows, go check them out. Love to hear your thoughts. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!